Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Fratello Talks. I'm your host Nacho, and today I'm joined by
Thomas
and
RJ.
And we're going to be talking about chronographs, the best chronographs of 2025 so far. But before we do that, let's get into wrist check. RJ, are you wearing a chronograph?
Yes.
Is it a Speedmaster?
I got a note.
You got the
memo.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
It is a Speedmaster, but not from 2025. No. It's from 1974.
Almost 75.
It's a Speedmaster Mark II with a caliber 861 movement. And it's a fun watch. I rarely wear it, but it's a nice one.
It's beautiful. Yeah, the case is
in condition, right?
Yeah, it's really nice condition. Yeah.
That's a tough one because with that sort of I don't know what you call it, sort of sunburst finish to the case,
Sonnenschliff.
Radial that radial brushing. It's that's really tough to restore if it ever wears off. So it looks really good.
Yeah,
nice, very cool. Thomas, what about you?
I'm wearing something completely unexpected.
What is that?
It's not a chronograph, and it's not my regular either. Mm-hmm. This is the new Casio Edifice. Mm-hmm. Edifice, what do you say?
Edifice.
Edifice?
Yeah.
Edifice.
EFK
100, the first mechanical Casio Edifice.
Very cool.
In forged carbon. So,
that's the forged carbon. That's the most expensive of the bunch. And that's it's all put into relative context. I think it's like 479.
It's still less than Surface for the Omega.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's an interesting bunch of watches and really cool. So
doing the hands-on now. So I thought,
give it a whirl.
Let's wear it on the podcast for a change.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very nice.
How about you?
Very nice. Yeah, I also came prepared with a chronograph. Nice. This one is from 1973, and it's a Tissot C-Star Navigator chronograph from 1973. Condition is not really comparable to your Speedmaster. This one has seen the world, it seems, but the dial is in nice condition. The colors are still nice and bright, which they can sometimes fade, and obviously this printed tachymeter scale on the bezel sometimes can also fade out here. The edges are a bit beaten up, but it came prepared.
And is that bracelet original Tissot?
It is the original bracelet for this watch, so the end links fit the case specifically. So yeah.
So the bracelet is original Tissot. Is it?
Yeah, it's the OG bracelet, so the end links fit and everything's
nice.
It's the real deal.
I remember having a Seamaster from also 1970s. It had a tuning fork movement, so I quickly sold it to a friend.
Okay,
or it would stop working. No, it still works. But it had exactly the same. Yes, it had exactly the same bracelet, and I think that Tissot shared some more stuff in those years.
I think so. I think some of that hardware was a little bit they just stamped the logo on the clasp and ready to go.
Yeah.
So
nice. Didn't they do a reedition of this?
They did a reedition of something similar. It was more the Panda dial version. It was a bigger version. I think this is about this is also pretty big. I think it's 41, 42. But that was like 44 millimeters and I'm not sure if it was a quartz, but I'm not sure. It was a few years ago.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
It was also a good one.
Yeah.
Good looking chronographs back then. Even Tissot
back when they were thin.
Yeah, still quite thin. I mean, it's a hand wound, not an automatic, but still, it's
good.
Yeah. Cool, but let's talk about some more current references of chronographs that we found to be quite nice. Obviously, we're only about halfway through the year so far, but I think that there's still been some that have caught our eye. So we've each selected 3, as we usually do, and we can start with you, RJ. What's your first pick for the best chronographs of 2025 so far?
For a change, I picked them not in random order.
Okay.
So number 1 is really my number 1. Number 3 is my number 3. Nice. So number 1 is a watch that I saw during Watches and Wonders in their workshop or atelier in Geneva, in the city center. And it's the Singer Heritage Collection Chronograph. I think the name is a little bit too long, but I think the watch is beautiful. It's a relatively small chronograph, 38.8 millimeters, and it has a Valjoux 236 based movement, but they completely reimagined it, as Singer does. And it's a beautiful piece of engineering. It really looks wonderful, and it has this typical Singer elements to it, like the center pinion thing, the cap and the hands. I think it is a really beautiful watch. They have it with a black dial and a green dial. It's very difficult to pick one, but in the end, I think I would go with the green dial version.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's also a little bit more friendly priced than all the other Singer watches. This one comes in at 16.7K in Swiss francs. So that's excluding the VAT. Still a lot of money, of course, but I think, it is a beautiful chronograph watch. It's really nicely done.
Yeah, really, really cool. I think the size really, was quite an interesting thing because Singer watches and especially chronographs and the diver also tend to be quite big. But this was it still fits the style of the case that they usually go for. So it's this almost like C-shaped case, also quite 70s, but it works well in a smaller size. So kudos to them for that new model.
Yeah, it was a surprising watch. I think it's really a cool one this year. Yeah.
Nice. Thomas, what about your first pick?
My first pick, this was the only one that really immediately jumped to mind when I got the assignment of pick 3 chronographs from this year. The other two I had to sort of look up like, what else do I really like? But this one really stood out. And it's the Angelus Chronograph Telemetre from this year's Watches and Wonders as well. It's not a small chronograph. It's a 37 millimeters. It's nice and thin. And it's powered by a caliber based on a La Jouperet caliber, but a really higher end caliber. And it looks really nice. It's quite a beautiful caliber to look at through the display case back. And it's nice and thin, which is quite rare nowadays. So I really like the proportions of it. Haters might say it's a bit cross-eyed, because the subdials are very close together.
Yeah.
But I actually kind of like that look. It's something very specific. It's very vintage. It's not for everyone, but I really liked it. And I went hands-on with the salmon dial version.
Right. Is that also your favorite?
Yeah, easily.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's just a really beautiful watch. It's just a joy to wear. So it is expensive. I mean, it's 19,000 euros. But yeah, it's beautiful.
You guys are got some proper. You're at a similar price point.
So you can get thin chronographs, but then you have to pay a price.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. Or you go vintage.
Yes,
I'm gonna have to go with my most expensive. Oh, we should mention it's also a monopusher chronograph.
Yeah.
I think we said it, but I think that obviously with the movement it adds to that. It's a movement that we've seen. I think we've seen it in other watches as well, potentially. I think Ming used it. Yeah. And there the price point is about similar. So I think it's one of those where obviously if you don't take into account the gold version of this watch, which obviously the price there is a little bit higher, but I think that it's a price that's probably informed by the movement that it uses. And when you feel the action, when you see the movement, I think that it's clear why there is that sort of higher price than people might be used to.
Yeah.
But cool, great first pick. I'm going to go with my most expensive pick because I don't want it to be too jarring after what you guys have gone with.
Keep up with the Joneses, man.
Exactly. Because looking at the other ones, it would be quite a drop. So this is not exactly a new model per se, but it's a new take on a model that's been around for quite a while. But it's a new Zenith that was introduced actually fairly recently. It's a new version of their Chronomaster original. In blue. So it has a similar dial to the famous CoverGirl reference, but in the Chronomaster original form factor, which is one that I really appreciate. It's that 38 millimeter case, a very sort of late 60s style that is just brilliant. So it's a good one. It uses the El Primero 3600 movement, and it will set you back about 10,400 euros. So, yeah. But I think it's a good one. It looks great in blue, and it kind of combines that sort of the reference to the CoverGirl model. And I think, to be honest, with the CoverGirl, that squared off case, it's nice. And I said that I liked it in the carbon CoverGirl reissue from earlier this year. But I have to say something about the Chronomaster original. It just really, really works. The case style and everything. And this version looks great. So it's a
good pick.
First pick for me. Thanks. What about your second pick, RJ?
I also picked a chronograph movement with high beat ticking speed, so 36 beats an hour or 5 hertz. It's the Grand Seiko, I have to say, otherwise people think it's Seiko.
Right.
It's the Tokyo Lion Tentagraph. And then Tentagraph, of course, referring to the movement. The SLGC 009 for the fans. It's a it's a titanium watch. It's big. It's 43 millimeters. But it wears very nicely on the wrist because it has this domed shape on the case back. Yep. And it reminded me very much of the watch from 25 years ago, which is the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak offshore concept.
Right.
It's the one that Manbot has here in this boutique.
Oh, yeah, of course.
He
Yeah,
wears it quite often.
Yeah.
You can also see it on his Instagram, Manbot watches. And it reminded me very much of that, but in typical Grand Seiko style. Love the dial color. I said it really wears nicely. Comes on a rubber strap. The price is 17,500 euros. So that's that's a lot of money. But it's also very specific and special watch, I would say.
Yeah, that was on my honorable mentions list. The dial pattern. Do you know what it's inspired by?
Tokyo.
Lion fur.
Oh,
yeah, I'm not kidding.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember that from the meeting. The dial pattern is like the fur of a lion, and it also has a little paw print on the rubber strap on the underside. There's that little pattern, cool. And it's a paw print shape. It's a cool watch. For me, it's like I said, it made it to the honorable mentions because it's just such a wild, out there thing from Grand Seiko, and it doesn't have a power reserve indicator on the dial, so it passes the Grand Seiko test for me. And
the movement is beautiful. So the movement is visible through the see-through case back, and it's really a beauty. Yeah,
super cool.
Yeah,
nice, solid second pick. Did you mention the price?
Yes.
Okay, I forgot what it was. I don't think I don't hear numbers that high. I don't think it's. Okay. Anyway, let's move on to Thomas's second pick.
You have a low pass filter on price.
Yeah, exactly.
I've picked 3 quite expensive watches, so we have to lean on you for some value.
My third one is also.
You're okay.
We'll get too expensive when we get to my honorable mentions.
Mine ties in with yours in several ways because it is also high beat. 36,000 VPH, and its caliber is based on the Zenith L Primero. So I'm tying into both of you here, and it's the Hublot Spirit of Big Bang in beige ceramic.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, it's a bold
choice.
A bold choice.
28,000. You're a Hublot fanboy.
Sorry?
You're becoming a Hublot fanboy.
I am, slowly but surely. Yeah. No, I'm on a bit of a Hublot rush here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's true. I'll admit it. But it's 28,500 euros. So
is that the most expensive pick of today?
Of mine, it is. Yeah.
Definitely for mine. My most expensive one was the Zenith, and that was 10K. So,
no, this is a bit more, but it's the Spirit of Big Bang, so it's the tonneau shaped case, and I specifically chose the beige ceramic because I just like the sort of desert look of it. IWC has it in the pilot line, of course, the beige ceramic.
True.
I always think it looks cool because it's a sort of, it adds some warmth that you can sometimes miss in white or black ceramic. I think it's a cool looking watch. It's super modern. It's technical. It's flashy. It's loud, but kind of like it.
They've done it in several other colors as well, right? It's like I'm trying to think because obviously, Hublot goes kind of wild with the colors. But I remember seeing light blue, but I'm not sure if it was the same model. Light blue, green, yellow, and they're very interesting. I think that they're doing some cool stuff and
very interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. About as
I don't know.
It's about as much as I can muster, but
No, for me, the Spirit of Big Bang, I think it's the least attractive model of all the Hublot watches. I think the Classic Fusion is nice, but it's much more conservative, of course. Right. But I have to say, I like the new the Mecha 10 ones.
Yeah,
those are quite nice. Yeah. They deserve a little bit more credit.
Exactly. That's why
I agree.
I'm on a bit of a Hublot campaign.
You're a resident Big Banger.
You're the anti-Staat guy.
Well,
a little bit.
You say.
Cool. Let's
La poubelle. Yes.
Swiftly moving on to my second pick. I'm going to go with the Aquastar Airstar chronograph, which I had to double check. It came out this year. Last year it came out in DLC, but this is the stainless steel version. I think it's made it to one of my lists, probably best under 2,500 or something like this. It uses a Valjoux 7753, 39 millimeters, and it has a pre-order price of 1,738 euros, but will retail at 2,290.
Let's reverse a little bit.
Yes.
Aquastar, Airstar.
Aquastar, Airstar. Master of the water, master of the air.
Star Wars, man.
Master of
Master
everything.
of the stars.
Yeah. A star of everything.
Reach for your star.
Reach your star.
Oh, reach your star.
But that's Zenith. That's going back to the first pick.
Reach your own star, man.
Stay away from my star. My Airstar. My Aquastar Airstar. That's the wow, really derailing here. No, but that's the chronograph. It's a bit of like a skin diver sort of dive chronograph kind of thing with the very squared off lugs. And I think it's a good one. I think when the black one came out, I thought that's quite a nice version. But then seeing this one, it's a little bit more faithful to the models that inspired it from the 60s and 70s, and it's just a good looking watch, right? I mean, it's again a little bit like my first pick. It's not really anything new. It's a bit more of a reissue inspired by retro models, but at the same time, it came out this year, and we're picking 2025 picks.
Yeah,
so I'm nice. I'm sticking to it. I'm sticking to it. Yeah, that's my second pick. What's your third pick, RJ?
Third pick. It's the most affordable one at 2,490 euros on a leather strap. For 200 euros more, you get the stainless steel bracelet, but I prefer it on the leather strap. It's a Hanhart. Yeah.
Whoa.
415 ES, a reverse panda edition. So they have a panda and a reverse panda. Very loomy, the dials. And it's a 39 millimeter, and it has a hand-wound Sellita 510. I guess that's based on a 77... You should know. 7750, but hand wound. Yeah. I like Hanhart. I think it's very bit of iconic brand actually, but a bit overlooked, I would say.
Yeah.
And I guess they had these watches, these pilot watches with the lipstick on the.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What is it? Nail polish
yeah.
on the pusher. So this is a little bit of a different watch, but I like the design a lot.
They have a bit of a discrepancy, I think, between their sort of vintage-inspired stuff and their modern stuff. I feel the vintage stuff is really good, and the modern stuff is a bit awkward sometimes.
Yeah, the vintage stuff is like that.
Looks really nice.
The Steve McQueen, I think it was he wore that while racing motorcycles, and that's kind of it's got a lot of appeal for sure. On a I think it comes on a Bund strap, so. Yeah, kudos to them.
I was fully expecting a Daytona from you for your third pick.
No, because I don't like the new Daytona with the turquoise panda kind of a dial. I don't know. It probably has a name. Isn't that the Alcaraz thing?
Alcaraz. Yeah.
I don't like it. Sorry.
I know two people. I know two guys who would disagree, but they're not here.
Lex and Yor, right?
Yeah. They really like it. They really like it.
Yeah. No, I don't like the color. I tried it during Watches and Wonders, and the color is not for me. And I'm warming up a little bit to Daytonas, preferably in gold, but this one, no. Yeah.
Fair enough. It's our own favorites, but no, that's a cool pick there. So Thomas, what about your third and final pick here?
Well, I had to scrape the barrel a little bit, to be honest, because well, first of all, I'm not a massive chronograph guy, and then second, I feel a lot of modern chronographs are a bit too bulky, as I mentioned a few times. So there wasn't an awful lot to pick from, but I found a JLC Polaris chronograph in a new dial variant, which is really quite boring. But
Polaris.
Yeah,
nice.
Exactly.
Nice.
No, they have the ocean gray, a new color, and I really shouldn't like it because it's not really my style. To have
It's a
these-
vignette dial.
yeah?
It's a vignette dial. Yeah, that's the thing.
Sell out.
Yeah, there you go. It's way too intricate. It's got vignette. It's really, it shouldn't be to
Talking
my
yourself
liking at
out
all.
of it. You're talking yourself out of
I
it.
am. Well, give me 5 minutes and I'm removing it from my
But I
list.
also get it. I was looking at
It's
that
quite
one.
nice.
Yeah.
Somehow. I don't know really why, but the orange accents work, and it's I don't know. It's a watch that I kind of like. I like the Polaris line in general. I mean, I've written an in-depth overview of the line a couple months back. Had a chance to go hands-on with a lot of them, including some vintage stuff.
They sent some stuff over back then. It was
a
nice.
really good
museum,
set they sent over, and I kind of fell for it. And it's large in numbers. I think it's 42 millimeters.
Yeah,
but it wears really well on the
Yeah.
rubber strap. It curves down really nicely. The whole watch curves nicely. Finishing is on point. I really like them. And this is one that's from this year. Honestly, I would buy a simpler one if I were to spend my own money. But picking from 2025, this would be it. And it's 16,100 euros.
Okay, so sticking really in that price point.
Yeah.
I think
It's my cheapest.
You're in the 5-digit zone, man. It's
Yeah.
I think what
Moving
that
up in the world.
what that watch does really well is it takes
Big
like
banger.
the right amount of it takes the right amount of inspiration from the Polaris line and gives it a modern twist. I think it really, you can see where it comes from, like once you've seen some of those older models and contextualized. I think it really is a cool watch, and it gives it a good modern twist, which JLC a lot of the time what you see you see a lot of very traditional stuff, right? Everything that's reverso tends to be very traditional. I think they
Master
learn,
Ultra Thin.
the Master Ultra Thin, great watches, but very traditional. I think reverso has gone non-traditional before, and I think they learned their lesson there.
But they did. You probably remember them, the Master Compressor once. I think there was also a chronograph. I can't remember the size.
Not sure.
No, I don't know. But those were huge.
Very big.
Yeah, but I think here you see a good example of sort of evolved vintage design. They're very clearly rooted in JLC history, but they're not overly sentimental or like truly vintage inspired, like the Angelus, for instance.
For
This
sure.
is a bit more modern, a bit fresher, but still very much in line with.
It's their sports line, right? The Polaris is really truly their sportiest models, and I think they do a great job with it. Cool, nice. My final pick, coming to you live from Frankfurt, Germany.
Also,
It's a Sinn. And it's a
Sinn.
It's a Sinn. It's a Sinn 613 ST UTC, which came out also during around.
That's very much a Nacho watch.
Yeah, it's. I really. It ticks off a lot of boxes.
I asked you before. When is the Sinn coming to your collection?
I know. It's when's the Sinn coming? When's the Doxa coming? There's a few. There's a few things on my to-do list. But
what's your most favorite Sinn model? The one you like best is the U50.
I like the T50 more in titanium. That's really good. U50 is also great.
Did they make a
the SDR version with the black bezel?
U-boat in titanium? No.
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
So it's not a U-boat titanium.
Defeat the point.
Material.
I don't know if titanium sinks as well as steel.
I don't know, man.
Or resists a
Put in
torpedo.
some fat Germans
charges.
and it will sink.
Exactly. Yeah, that's how they did it back in the day.
Anyway,
moving swiftly on. So this is both a chronograph and a GMT. So it's very multifunctional. It has 500 meters of water resistance.
It's a Nacho thing.
Yeah,
You like stacking
like I said,
complications.
it ticks all the boxes.
Yeah.
It uses their SZ02 caliber, which it gives you a 60-minute chronograph counter in white on a black dial. At 6 o'clock, it has a really small sort of running seconds at 9, and then it has all around the dial sort of an extra sort of gray on black. 24-hour scale. So I think it's probably a collar GMT, not a flyer GMT, but it's still nice to have that kind of that extra time zone subtly integrated. I think it works better. It's busier, but it works better than the chronograph version. They also had a regular, just a chronograph model, but it's good. It's it's 3,300 euros.
Oh, that's quite okay.
It's good stuff. And I think that's on the bracelet.
Yeah.
So on the
Sinn hasn't really increased their prices as much as most brands.
not
right?
dramatically, no.
Well, they did it a few years ago. I think they made quite a step at some point. But now it seems to be very stable, and you get a lot of watch for the euro.
Yeah, for sure. It has the moisture ingress thing, the little capsule that
hydro capsule thing.
Yeah. And it's just I think it's a good looking watch. It's very toolish and very rugged. But I think looking back at, I had to do a little bit of hunting as well. Looking back at some of the chronographs, that was definitely that and the Zenith were the two that really came to mind. Zenith because it was so recent, and this one because it really. It became a big contender on my Sinn shortlist. So. Kurze Liste.
Yeah,
as they say.
If you weren't such a Breitling collector, I reckon you would have already had a Sinn by now.
Imagine if one day I have two Sinns and then I become a Sinn collector.
Yeah,
amazing. That might happen. We'll see. Do you guys have any honorable mentions?
No.
9.
No, I was scraping the barrel, honestly.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
there was no Speedmaster this year, I guess.
No, I thought
there?
the flight qualified, but that was December of last year.
Yeah, and they had was it the meteorite? Was that this year with the meteorite? Down?
Oh, the meteorite with the moon phase.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that might have been that might have been this year.
Yeah.
I think so.
It's not for me.
It's been a lot of Seamaster. Cortina Milano.
Yeah, it was a lot of Seamaster.
And then obviously the black version with the aluminum bezel
Well,
insert.
they showed something on the red carpet on an actor, I don't know. It was a gold watch with a reverse panda. Gold Speedmaster.
Okay.
And I guess that will come out at some point, like Daniel cracked the Craig White.
Right.
So let's see when that will happen. But
I don't remember that one.
Could have been a
but,
contester.
We'll put it up on the.
Is that a verb to Daniel Craig?
Daniel Craig the Craig White.
Daniel Craig the Craig White.
That's a good sentence. That's also RJ's laptop password.
Yes.
No, it's not.
1, 2, 3! Exclamation
Daniel
mark.
Craig the Craig White 1, 2, 3! Exclamation mark.
Yes.
Perfect. I have 2 honorable mentions. I had 3, but then you took the Grand Seiko. The other one is that Tag Heuer Monaco Black DLC, the chronograph stopwatch version.
Oh, that Wesley brought in.
Yeah. I thought that's
cool
kind
one.
of as far as Monacos go. Monacos are always a bit unwieldy and a little bit awkward on the wrist, but I think that's just a great looking watch. And then the other one is if I had picked it as one of mine, it would have been the most expensive by far. It's the Patek Philippe Grande Complication split seconds chronograph.
That was a beautiful one.
Really good with that sort of brown and cream color
that
dial.
was beautiful. But
261,864 euros.
if you say it really quickly,
Yeah. Then it's then it's for free.
I have to say honorable mention. I have to say was the Breitling.
Erling Haaland.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
The chronomat in full gold with a meteorite dial.
Yeah.
We put it on the waist scale here.
I think it's time to
like
close the show.
It was over 300 grams. Amazing.
That thing is completely
Yeah.
bonkers.
That's nice, man.
In the best possible way.
Yeah.
Those guys are having fun.
Suits my S63.
Yeah. But
Two-tone.
that's a proper bit of gold.
Yeah,
That's,
it's nice.
Good stuff. Nice, cool. Well, let's head on over to the
Comments.
to the comment of the week, which comes from Vianush One. I like it when it's something you can just pronounce as one word, and it's not a lot of.
It's not bedroom boy 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Exclamation mark.
Exactly. And they say this is in reference to our episode on microbrands or small independents. For those who find the word microbrand offensive.
Oh yeah, that was a thing.
but
I don't identify as a microbrand.
Sorry, Thomas. I didn't mean to offend you. And
Use the right pronouns, man.
And they said, sometimes I want to buy a watch from a micro brand, because they're really cool and cheap. Then I remember that Omega Neo Vintage in the Japanese market exists. That's an interesting point.
There's a point.
Yeah. I mean, it's always tricky because obviously there are really good priced Neo Vintage Omegas in the Japanese market, but you always take the risk with customs and everything. But
even then,
you add what, 20%?
Yeah, 21 here. So it depends on where you live. But there's a good offering from Japan. Yeah. And I don't know exactly why. So one thing is that the yen is quite low at the moment. Mm-hmm. But what I've been told, but perhaps people can comment if they know it's different, that in Japan they're not too keen on pre-owned stuff. So the market there is a little bit slow on pre-owned, but everything is really well taken care of.
Yeah, exactly.
I bought a few watches in Japan, pre-owned, also new, but also pre-owned. It was always like in immaculate condition.
Yeah, we didn't mention it in our watches in sports episode, but it was your Omega Golf.
Yeah, I bought the Constellation model that was done in 2000. I don't know actually, 1 or 2.
2002 rings a bell for whatever reason.
For Ernie Els.
Yeah, Ernie Els. Yeah.
And I bought that one on Chrono 24 from Japan, but the condition was insane.
Yeah. Cool. No, but that's. I thought that's.
It
is an interesting point.
Definitely.
Perfect.
Pre-owned market is booming. So
we can definitely we can wrap it up. We can wrap it up there, and of course, we'll ask you guys, our listeners, to comment below your favorite chronographs of 2025 so far, and then we'll see. We can maybe revisit the topic towards the end of the year and see if there's any that blow our current picks out of the water.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. We'll see. I just saw that. I'm sorry, it's a little bit of an aside, but I looked at our Breguet candle, not burning today, and I was surprised that you didn't pick the gold Type 20. That could have been an honorable mention.
That could be an honorable mention, but when they will do it in steel, I think I will pick it.
Right.
Well, there were some things I don't like about the watch.
Okay.
So
about the gold one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I like the gold.
Yeah, of course.
You're surprising us today.
Yeah, no, it's what I don't like is the applied word mark.
Oh, okay.
It was. I think the Type 20 should be a very basic toolish chronograph. Of course, you can do it in gold or platinum, but I feel the dial should be printed.
Yeah, that's where you draw the line.
That's why I draw the line, man.
Yeah. That's
very firm on it.
That's very specific,
very arbitrary.
but I can respect
damn
it. Good stuff. So anyway, with that, let us know your favorite chronographs in the comment section below. And as always, tune in next week for another episode of Fratello Talks. See you then.